Deep in the forest, you could hear a sad song, the tune of a pained little one who did not belong. The forest was filled with creatures of all sorts, but this little one was not in its home. As we continue to go deeper inside, we see something unexpected. The little bird is not only alone, but also trapped within a small cage. A rabbit took notice and approached the cage. His heart began to hurt as he felt the bird's pain through its singing. He decided to try and free the bird. To his surprise, he found out the cage was unlocked. Noticing the open door, the bird panicked and screeched. Understanding she was under stress, he closed the door. He cocked his head and wondered why the bird would not leave. The little bird was quiet now. The rabbit felt guilty. He was just trying to help. He finally bounded up closer and decided to ask why she wouldn't leave. The beautiful bird turned and looked at him. Then she tilted her head towards her wing. The rabbit understood. The little bird had been injured somehow, and outside of the cage, it would become much more vulnerable. But the rabbit, wanting to desperately help the little one, offered to keep it safe in his home. The bird dropped its head with a tear. This bird was not ready to trust any other creature. Not only was its wing damaged, but so was its spirit. Feeling defeated, the rabbit left. Once, at a certain distance away, the bird began to sing its sorrowful song again. The rabbit's heart ached. The next day, the rabbit went to see the little bird again. He noticed how weak it looked. He hopped away and came back with a leaf filled with water. He slowly opened the cage and placed it inside. Then he scurried off and watched the little bird approach and drink hesitantly. This brought joy to the rabbit. He decided to help her as much as he could. After a few moments, the rabbit returned. He asked the little bird what it normally ate. The little bird didn't answer. It looked more sunken than the day before. The rabbit left and collected some seeds nearby. He had seen other types of birds eating them, so he thought maybe she would like them too. When the rabbit returned, to his surprise, he caught the little bird nibbling on the leaf. He didn't want to disturb, so he waited until the little bird was finished. When she finally finished and settled in a corner to nap, the rabbit quietly approached and set the seeds inside. He did this for a few days, and each little time the bird was a little better and a little more comfortable with the rabbit opening the door. One day, the rabbit was looking for a nice healthy leaf for the little bird when suddenly, out of nowhere, a bobcat jumped out. It was so close, but the rabbit got away. The forest was indeed a dangerous place, and he had hoped to help the little bird so she can escape the cage and back to her home. Leaving his fear behind, the rabbit continued its mission. Day after day he continued. The little bird began singing new songs as well, some to welcome the rabbit, some to call him, and some to just soothe those around her. The little bird was recovering. Day in and day out, the rabbit continued, sometimes encountering the bobcat, but always managing to get away. Before long, the little bird became close to the rabbit, and even its wing healed. The fated day arrived. The rabbit opened the cage wide open. He let it and took a few steps back. The little bird hesitated. He hopped slowly forward. The rabbit heard something. The little bird was almost out of the cage. The rabbit chose to ignore it and continued to encourage on the little bird. The little bird was through. The rabbit smiled and encouraged it to fly. The little bird flapped its trial. The little bird lifted off and joyously sang loudly and wholeheartedly, feeling the wind caressing its face. The little bird looked down and saw the rabbit smiling, but there was something wrong. A tear slid from its face as it waved the little bird goodbye. The little bird knew it had to go home. As she flew away, a dark shadow covered the rabbit, leaving him nowhere to be seen afterwards. The little bird sang as it flew and flew, filled with love and gratefulness to the caring rabbit.